Okay, so um, yeah. So anyhow, I quit my job recently. It's probably been about a month now. Um, uh, and I didn't necessarily quit. I didn't necessarily get fired. I just walked out, and he hasn't called me. So, and I was fine with just leaving it at that. It's kind of how it went. Um, but kind of the story, like, actually, it's a bigger story than one actually, like, that day. That day I was working at my boss's house, or just painting his house for him, because he was trying to redo his kitchen in his house um, for his wife, who he had been separated with for years. But, well, I don't know, a year, maybe a year and a half, something like that. Um, anyhow, it looked like she was moving back in. We were helping him move her back in by getting the house like painted and all pretty, redoing the kitchen, um, and so I was at his house painting with my young friend Eric, and he was going to the sawmill, um, and he was like, I'm you'll probably be gone for like 4 hours. I was like, all right. And I had a couple twisted teas. I had two twisted teas while he was gone. And normally, for most people, when you go into work, you don't drink, you don't fucking smoke pot or anything. But it's just not the kind of job I had. Um, um, the part that matters is that like he's been sober um, for like 8 months this time, um, and this time, let me say, and but he's gotten like really cunty about it. Like when I drink, and I don't drink in front of him anymore. There was like a time where he got real pissy. I had like twisted tea in my thermos, and like, and he said something, and I was like, yeah, I'm drinking. I had a couple teas today, and he got real like nitpicky, bitchy, like just unreasonably, um, like he would just started being an asshole. He didn't say like, oh, like that's not okay or anything. He just started being an asshole, um, to me, and I kind of like, I'll tell him what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like fuck you. How about that? You know what I mean? That's what you're, you know what I mean? Why don't you tell me what your real problem is? Um, because otherwise, fuck you. Um, but he did say something at the end of the day. It was like, well, how about you had no drinks, um, and so I didn't take any drinks with me the next day. I had one tea in the morning while I was waiting for him to pick me up, and it's like an hour drive to the place we were working at, and but I was still in a good mood. I was still like fucking happy. Because, like, it was fucking. I was just in a good mood at that time period. Like, it was an easy job. Um, After busting my fucking ass, um, for a couple of weeks, we were doing so much concrete and, like, fucking hauling, heaving stones and all this shit. Um, but I was in a good mood. I was happy to be, like, on a rooftop and, easy. It was a cake job. Um, so I was still in a good mood. Despite I didn't, I only had a tea in the morning while I was waiting for him to pick me up. And this was like 2 hours later. And because I was in a happy mood, he thought I was like fucking drunk or something. Um, and he started freaking out on me again. And that got nasty. So anyhow, I stopped doing it, you know. I got to a point where I was like, alright, fuck it. Like, I'm not really gonna drink at work. But still, like, if he was gonna go somewhere for like fucking an hour or 2 hours and I had a tea, I would chug it when he wasn't around. And, you know what I mean? It was like a painkiller or whatever. But anyhow, like, this day, he was gone for like 4 hours. I had two twisted teas while I painted his house. While we painted his house. And when he came back, he started on me. And the thing I freaked out about was I told him, like, I was like half blind in one eye, and I was like, I really like, these are just reading glasses, like they help a little bit like with reading, but I actually need real prescription glasses. I have like no depth perception because I'm like blurry in one eye. But I told it to him. I told it to him a million times, but like finally it sunk in. Like I wasn't just saying it. Like I actually meant that I had vision problems, and you know what I mean. Like when it like comes to like putting a nail, hammering a nail in, I have to look at it from a couple different angles to get to cipher it out so I can hit it. Um, you know, I adapt and I do that well. It's usually not a problem, but sometimes when I can't get a fucking good look at it from, you know, because it's like way over here or something, I have problems with that. But like, he finally, it sunk in finally, even though I told him like fucking 10 times over the period that I worked for him. And then he started doing this shit, like he started saying like, you really do need glasses, um, with everything. Like if I just forgot something, or um, oh, I didn't see that one. You know what I mean? Like it's just everything. I heard it like fucking 15 times in like 2 weeks. You really do need glasses. Um, which is kind of like passive aggressive bullshit, if you ask me. Um, and that's it's not even half of the shit that I put up with working for him. Um, and you know, like, and when he got this last time when he got sober, like, you know, I wanted to leave the whole time. Everybody else left, and I was like, what's he gonna do without me? And I was like, I know, you know, I was like, just come on, dude. Like, I'm trying to hang in there with you. It's like, let's do work. Let's go to work. And but when he finally got sober, like it was a horrible fucking accident. Because he always hurts himself somehow. Um, you know, I'm surprised he hasn't killed himself by now. He just fell off a roof. Well, this last time he burned himself and he had to get skin grafts. Um, uh, but like when he started he finally started trying to get sober, and his fucking mind was like out there, and he was still like retarded. Sorry to say that word again. You know what I mean? But that's like he was fucking not there. Like he was just not. His brain did not work right properly, and but I remember him like crying about like how nobody helps me, nobody wants to help me because he couldn't get anybody else to help work. And I'm like I'm still here, like I'm still trying to fucking let's go to work, let's make money. Um, and But I just pissed off, you know what I mean? Like, I just kind of snapped out over the glasses thing. And I just walked out. I just fucking walked home. Uh, he was talking about, like, taking me home. He was like, ah, fuck it, pack your shit, I'm taking you home. Um, cause I fucking snapped out on him. I started, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you got a benefits package, motherfucker? You gonna get me some fucking glasses? Otherwise, I don't want to hear about it. Um, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Um, I didn't want to hear it. And, so, but that was, like, the least of it. Like, I worked for him for, like, 3 years, and, it took me 3 years to get from $50 a day. $50 a day is what he was fucking paying me when he hired me. I was told it was going to be $10 an hour, and then it was just like, I'm going to give you $50 a day. How about that? Because he saw, like, you know what I mean? Like, what else am I going to do? Um, you know what I mean? Like, I had no prospects for a job. I had no license. None of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was just, like, in a bad situation. So he took advantage of that and was like, I'm just going to give you $50 a day. How about that? And I was like, all right, whatever. I was just happy to be out of the house and have something to do. But I could go on and on about, like, all the fucked up things that I've, like, been like, you know, hey, like, this is not cool. Like, nothing about this is cool. But it still took me 3 years to get to $11 an hour from $50 a day. And, I was just being strung along. And because I tend to care about people, um, it was hard for me to, like, break away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those kind of people. And, you know, he took advantage of that. So, you know what I mean? And just, um, recently I got to $11 an hour. Just like a few months, uh, like before that, I was, $10 an hour. And he's, you know, and he stated, like, the reason was, like, I fucking bought a tool belt with some of the money I had. And, he was like, "Oh, that means you're serious about this." I was like, really? Like, when nobody wanted to help you, and, like, I hung in there with all this bullshit that I put up with, doesn't mean, like, I'm fucking trying to be here to help you out. Like, let's make some fucking money. You help me, I help you. That kind of fucking thing. It doesn't tell you that. Just because I bought a tool belt, I had a tool belt before that. I just bought a new one. Um, and there was that, and then the fact that there was a roof job like his cousin had, and he was like, "You want to make some extra money?" Um, that was when this is when I was getting paid $10 an hour, and he was like, it was a Saturday, and his cousin had a fucking roof job, and he asked me, you know, "Hey, you want to make some extra money? He'll pay you good too. He'll give you like $15 an hour." And I was like, "All right, yeah, fuck yeah, like I'm you fuck, you know what I mean? Like I could use some extra money." And he never called me. And then so Monday morning came around, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't call you." Like, he it didn't turn out what I thought it would be. Like, he just wanted to pay somebody $10 an hour and keep all the money for himself. Um, and like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, you're paying me $10 an hour all the time, like, and you know what I mean? Like, you mean like you do, motherfucker? Yeah, just weird fucking, like, you know, Napoleon complex type shit, and fucking, um, you know what I mean? Like the wolf pack shit, like the pecking order, like the dominance and all that. Like, you can fuck off with all that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, most times I feel like I could dominate anybody I want to. You know what I mean? In terms of intelligence, or like, I could hurt you if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, I could win this game if you want to play games. Um, Most of the time, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like subservient to anybody, or like less than. Um, but I don't feel above people either. Like I don't. Like that whole kind of mentality bothers me. Um, like it makes me angry when people start acting, playing those fucking weird games, um, like they're animals, um, which we kind of all are. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not religious, and I think we're all just biological entities and sentient beings and all that shit. But we're no different than the other animals. But we have greater intelligence, and you know what I mean? Like like I don't go out and fucking hump women in the supermarket, um, you know, and I just bend somebody over in the supermarket because they look attractive to me. Um, you know, to state an extreme, uh, hypothetical situation. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we all have instincts and that shit, but like I don't fucking listen to them. Um, um, as far as shit like that goes, um, it means nothing to me. Like, you know what I mean? That's like emotional intelligence. That's part of growing up. Like you don't, you know, like the urges you have. Like I fucking feel like hitting people with a hammer sometimes. I don't do that. Um, um, but I just got tired of it, so I quit. Well, not necessarily quit, but I just left it at that. Just, you know what I mean? I walked away and left it at that. And, so now I got, um, prospects. I have a whole plan that I need to do. I need to get my license back and all this shit. Um, and I have a plan in place, and I'm gonna go do a tile job, and, I'll probably make more money in a week than I did at 3 weeks at my other job. Kind of thing. But I haven't started that yet, so I'm kind of broke right now. Fucking broke as fuck. But that'll be like the funds that I need to set forth my plan, because I have to do it. Like finally, like this is a good thing because like I broke away from that, like being strung along and fucking going nowhere, um, and you know what I mean? Like I've turned down opportunities, like I've missed opportunities, like things that would make me happy in life. Trying to hang in there with him, just because it's like I care about people, and you know what I mean? Like fuck that. Like I need to like, cause people will just drain you and they'll take it away. Like they'll just take you for everything you're worth. Um, and use you. They don't give a shit about you or your dreams or fucking hopes or desires. Give a shit. Um, that's my experience. Um, and repeated mistakes, uh, tending to like, you know, love people like family. Um, but whatever. I don't know. I'm just hanging out here. Um, but yeah, hopefully the future will bring different things, and not the same bullshit over and over again. Um, I'd like to, you know, find things that make me, you know what I mean, like things I actually want. Because I try to be happy. Like I'm miserable with the world all the time, but um, you know, there are things I want in life. Very simple, and like maybe I should start fucking, you know what I mean, working towards things that I actually want. Fuck everyone else, um, that kind of thing. Um, not quite that brutal, but you know what I mean. Like I just need to start looking out for myself, and you know, there should be lines drawn. I believe, you know, which has always been hard for me, but it's what I'm gonna have to do. But I'm gonna go.